New York. I'm doing my live here. Let's see if this will help with the light. Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to my weekly live show here, talking about immigration news this week, talking about what's going on in the world of immigration. We have a snowstorm in New York. So once again, I'm working from home, and you could see the trees behind me have snow on them. So if you're from a country that, or a city that doesn't have snow, you get a little bit of our snow here in the show today. Although I don't know if on YouTube and Facebook you could see much of that. It's too far probably. But on the live, on the Instagram, if you're watching me, you could see it. Drop in the comments where you guys are. Where are you watching me from? It'll be really interesting for me to know, and I'm curious to see how far this internet thing reaches and how far my show actually goes. Anthony says on YouTube he is from Asheville and he is staying warm. As am I. I'm staying warm here. I'm working from home today. I live in New Jersey, but our office is in New York City in Brooklyn. So just to let you know, we work with all 50 states in US. And Sammy Zamuri says he's or she is watching from Chicago, and it's also very cold, much probably colder than New York and New Jersey are. But thank you for commenting and for watching. Let's talk about some things here that have to actually do with U.S. immigration. We have, as I guess the number one, the number one idea here is the elections, right? The elections are here. They're starting to prepare, and President Trump actually swept. He swept the state of Iowa, which is an important state. And although it's hard to believe, he is really. I have to turn off the sound here. So it's hard to believe, but he's planning to be the president again. So we're all worried and we're all watching. If you have an immigration question, post it in the comments. I will get to it in a few minutes. I just want to talk about news, and I always answer your questions live. And I'm still getting over my flu that I had, and still coughing. So if I start coughing in the middle of the show, please don't uh, think too badly of me. If you're just joining me, drop in the comments where you are and where you're watching me from. Over here, it's cold and we have snow. And I didn't go to the office today because I'm afraid to drive in this snow, to be honest with you. I have a long drive to the office, like an hour to hour and a half, so it's not always safe. Southern California for Sea Island, Cali. Thank you for watching me from California, and thank you for following me. Let's see. What else? All right, let's get into our immigration news. What's going on with USCIS? USCIS reached its cap for additional returning worker H-2B visas for the fiscal year 2024. They got enough petitions, and they're taking a break from issuing these, although they are still accepting petitions for H-2B immigration. Non-immigrant workers with a start date on or before March 31, 2024 for 20 more thousand visas. So they opened 20 more thousand visas for H-2B. USCIS is going to launch organizational accounts for companies to allow online collaboration and submission of H-1B registration. So if you're planning to be in the H-1B lottery in the spring, usually starts in April, they're starting to work with these H-1B electronic registration processes. And finally, they're coming into this century. This is really good news for people who are going to have their employers, potential employers, file for H-1Bs for them. USCIS issued a policy guidance on how they will take proofs of the employer's ability to pay when you have an I-140 petition approved by an employer and you're changing to a different employer. So that's in the news. I know that the February 2024 visa bulletin was released. Let's see, visa bulletin. For February. It's not online yet, but I know. No, it is online. I found it. All right. So the February 2024 visa bulletin has been released. Um, Looking at it, they haven't moved much, but I think they moved on the second category to February of 2020. So EB2 people, EB2 and EB3 for people inside US has been moved to February 2023. If you're not in the United States, we're looking at November 2022. Okay, what else is new? Let's see. Okay, I guess that's it for the news. It's not much. It's still early in the year. If you guys are following me on Instagram and on TikTok, I have released some videos what to expect in 2024. So check those out. And if you're not yet a subscriber, subscribe to my Instagram account, Shepelsky.attorney. Subscribe to my YouTube account where I'm basically same thing, Marina Shepelsky attorney. And I'm in TikTok. I have new stuff on TikTok all the time too. Marina Shepelsky, look for my name. All right, I'll start to get to your questions. The first one on Instagram from Sea Island Cali. Good morning. I have a question. I'm in the middle of my VAWA case. What happens if I get married again? Does my case automatically get canceled or just gets canceled after I restart a new case? So if you're serious about your VAWA case, I do not recommend that you get married while it's pending. I would wait until it's decided. Yes, I know it takes between 2.5 to 3 years to get VAWA approved, but you've done all the work. I don't recommend that you get married. It will get canceled, and you have to report that you're married. Okay, if you're in a new marriage, it doesn't matter anymore what you filed before. If you are serious about dropping VAWA, you're no longer interested, you need to write them a letter saying you withdraw your I-360 VAWA petition and you wish to go ahead with a new marriage and a new petition. So I wouldn't do both at the same time or wait for anything to happen automatically. Nothing's going to happen automatically. And if you get married and then you don't tell the VAWA unit and it gets approved, they will revoke it later. So it's up to you to do the proactive thing. Don't wait. Write them a letter if you want to withdraw the VAWA petition and refile based on the new marriage and I-130 petition. If you want to stick with the VAWA, if you're serious about the VAWA, please stick with the VAWA and do not marry right now. Wait for the VAWA to be decided and get a green card. Okay, so let's see what I have here on YouTube. An apps customer says, as an NYC lawyer, New York City lawyer, what is the approximate wait time for a work permit? How does one handle bona fide evidence if one's partner will be an OTR truck driver? So if you file through marriage, your work permit could take between 8 months to even 14 months, more than a year. It depends. It's like the luck of the draw, like a lottery, the work permit. Now, if you're married to a truck driver, there is a residence where he or she comes back home to, right? So in that residence, create joint bank statements, file taxes using that address, have a utility bill or two even, with that address and both names on them. You collect the joint documents on the residence where the spouse, who is not the truck driver, is living. Um, Sammy wants to know if there's any updates regarding the Dignity Act. No updates on the Dignity Act, sorry. Makan Traore says, hi, hello. How does minor traffic tickets affect, or are they bad for PD requests, and how to check PD requests? Minor traffic tickets are no big deal for your PD request. The way to check is for your lawyer to call the judge's clerk and see, if they're going to sign it anytime soon. Kwaku says, hello, Marina. Can you sue USCIS like a writ of mandamus, a federal lawsuit, when you have a pending I-130 on I-35 for 3 years and also file an I-601 waiver at the same time? Watching from Kentucky. Thank you. Yeah, 3 years is way too long. I think you can sue them. The I-130 petition is the main petition here. And you can sue them, but don't think that that's going to get you approved, right? It's just to get the case scheduled, okay? Keto TV says, hi, Marina. I miss you. Come to Miami. Oh, my God. I was in Miami the last 2 weeks, in 2020, it's like December. And I got sick on the way back in the airplane. And he says that it's warm in Miami and I need a vacation. I work hard. You're right. I will go soon. And Keto TV has a question. Any updates on VAWA? I've been waiting since November 2022. Keto TV, VAWA is now taking 3 years. So if you don't get an update, I know it's frustrating, but it's not out of processing time. Like, that's normal for them right now, although it is such a long time. And good luck to you. And it just says watching from, and Daphne didn't finish typing where she's watching us from. Higher Lucky says, hello, dear. Do you deal with asylum cases? Absolutely. We're the first, like, I guess, what is it? Almost 3 years, 3 weeks of this year. We just signed up a whole bunch of asylum cases, and we have been doing asylum for years. We're in courts all over the United States. If you live in any other state, like Kentucky, Chicago, wherever you are, we can help you with your asylum case. Give us a call. My contact information is on the bottom of the screen if you're watching me on YouTube and Facebook. And if you're watching on Instagram, just click on my profile. It has everything there if you want to get in touch. Happy Life says, hi, ma'am. Good morning. I have been waiting for my asylum interview for 7 years. And in the meanwhile, I decided to request for an advance parole in January to see my family, not in the home country, in the third country. How long will it take to get approval for my advance parole? Not 100% sure you will get approved for your advance parole. Asylum pending status doesn't allow for advance parole. You usually have to show some kind of an emergency, life or death, funeral, somebody super sick, cancer, heart attack, broken bones, things like that, to be able to leave the United States. They give it for a short period of time. It could take a year to get approved if you do get approved. Now, since you've been waiting for 7 years, I offer for you to file the writ of mandamus. You've been waiting too long. Over 5 years, you can file in federal court a lawsuit against USCIS. It's not as bad as it sounds. We electronically file a special petition. This goes to the government's attorney, and they usually get you scheduled for an interview very quickly after that. And then the whole case becomes dismissed. Haima Kisun wants to know, I'm waiting on a court date for a master calendar hearing date. And what happens if I get an I-130 approved? What do I do? You call your lawyer. We can help with this. We ask the court for the next step. So if you can file your green card through marriage now and everything is fine, you came with a visa, we could just ask the court to close your case, terminate, or even to schedule for a judge to approve your green card case. There's so many ways we can do this. Your your best bet is to call your lawyer, or we'll be able to help you if you wish. Okay. And Happy Life says, thank you, madam. Thank you. Okay, more questions here. Lula, not okay. Lulana JMM says, how long will a how long does a VAWA case take to get approved? 3 years for VAWA. 3 years for VAWA. Um, Interesting comment. I want to discuss it. Jasawit Mawumi says, good morning. I received my social security yesterday, but on the app, it shows that my case is still actively reviewed. I don't have my work authorization yet, just the social. What does that mean? It just doesn't mean nothing. It means you were probably approved already. For whatever reason, the app didn't change, but you will get your work permit soon because you got your social. That probably means they haven't informed you yet, but you were approved for your work permit. So this is really great news. I'm very happy for you. And Lula Na JMM says thank you so much. Uh, okay. All right. There's a question from the mine 2086. Parents have an upcoming interview for an immigrant visa in Poland. We want to transfer our case to Kazakhstan. Should I reschedule the appointment in Poland first or ask Kazakhstan to take a transfer? I would write to Poland. Poland has your case right now. So you have to write to them and you have to have a good reason why you want to transfer it to Kazakhstan. Maybe they can't travel, they don't have the visa to Poland, whatever. But I would start with Poland. Who has your case? You should write to them first. Thank you from Just Sweet, Mawumi. You're in good shape, Just Sweet. You'll get your work permit soon. I've been working since I've been home for the last couple of days, working from home because of the snowstorm. I've been working on a really interesting EB1 case for somebody who is an opera singer. She sings opera beautifully, has amazing experience from all over the world. And if you guys have extraordinary ability, type of experience and education and all that, you really have a good chance of getting your immigrant petition, green card petition approved. If you have a master's degree and have a few years experience in a really good field like STEM, science, technology, engineering, or math, if you have a background in AI right now, the government wants you and wants to give you a green card. So give us a call. We work on these cases very successfully. We've had a few approved already, even this year, 2024. So if you have, the idea of coming to US with a green card to work and you don't have a sponsor, if you are very experienced, you have an amazing education, a master's or PhD, you have a chance right now, even through self-sponsorship. So give us a call because we work on these cases. We can schedule a consultation. I'll probably want your resume, your educational documents, and we can go from there. Okay, Olympia Kiss has a question on Instagram. Mom came to the US through Uniting for Ukraine program, but left her 11-year-old daughter in Ukraine. Now she wants to bring her daughter to US. She's in divorce with her husband. What are her options? It's really difficult because when there's a child that doesn't who's the child doesn't have a guardian or a parent coming with them. I'm not sure what you can do. You know, um, you know, if I mean, I would say file for the daughter. The problem is they want to prove her if she doesn't have a guardian coming with her. So that's very strict unless the husband brings her here, the ex-husband. There's not much I can do for you. sadly, to bring the kid to America through Uniting for Ukraine. Um, what I would do, this is what I would do. I would file for TPS first for the mom. Get the TPS and get the advanced parole. File for Uniting for Ukraine for the daughter. Get that approved. Maybe the daughter, you could get her into Poland or something, and go to Poland, bring her back to US. Even it's okay, I think, to just bring the kid from Ukraine to America. That's probably going to work too. Maybe through TPS it would work, but it's not easy. It's a hard case here. All right, let's see. Uh, The Mine 2086 says, thank you. Bella says, hi. I have an I-130 approval for my husband, and I have an individual hearing in 2 weeks coming up, internet based. Is it a good thing? Yeah, you probably need to very quickly, and this is in New York, Bella says, you need to quickly change your case. I assume your individual hearing is based on asylum. If your spousal petition is approved, and you came with a visa to United States, you could probably close your case in court completely and file for a green card with USCIS. But it depends how you came to US. If you had a visa or if you had parole, then you can probably do it. If not, I'm not sure what we can do for you here. So talk to your attorney or take a consultation from us. We'll be able to help you figure it out. Have a good strategy for this. All right, let's see if there's other. Hmm. Okay, so what else? I'm waiting for a couple more questions and then I'm gonna sign off. Um, Anthony Sennett says, good morning, dear Marina. Thank you for your help always. Hani says, can I apply with my mom for asylum? If you're under 21, yes. If you're over 21, you have to file your own asylum case, and your mom has to file her own separate asylum case. And Tiwana 5161 says, hello from India, watching me from India. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. India is a beautiful country. I want to visit like very soon. Eric says, hello, Marina. Can VAWA be approved with a prior removal order from the judge? Yes, absolutely. If you have a prior removal order in absentia from your past week asylum case, you can file for VAWA and get approved. The question is what to do next. It depends. We usually would do something like a motion to reopen or ask ICE to join us in a motion to reopen and then terminate your removal case and file for a green card for you. Talk to your lawyer or give us a call. We do a lot of these cases very successfully, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take maybe a year to get decided on this. But if you get the VAWA approved, it's a really great first step. You will no longer be deportable, and you will have a work permit for life, pretty much. So it's already a great advantage to have VAWA approved and the work permit and the deferred status that comes with that. Bella says thank you. On Instagram, people are asking me they need a US visa, but we don't sponsor people for visas. We can definitely help do the paperwork if you have a sponsor, if you have the right education, the right job, but there's not much I can do if you don't have a sponsor to come here. Let's see what else. Anjun says hi, hello. Mahmoud Khan says, dear Attorney Marina, As you deal with a lot of VAWA cases, do all the witness letters get verified by USCIS either by calling or home visiting, or have you had any of your VAWA cases had this issue? Dear Mahmoud, VAWA never, ever, ever will call or visit your witness. They only read them and then they make their own decision if they think it's true or not. 100% of the time, they say it's true. Never ever will they visit or call your witness. Never. So don't worry about people signing as your witnesses for VAWA. Nobody ever will bother them. I promise you. Uh, Josie again has a question. When USCIS sends an RFE, request for evidence for medical, will I still have an interview? Most likely no. If they send to you a request for evidence only asking for the medical, that's a really good sign, and it means they're probably going to approve you without any interview. So if you get that, that's usually a very good sign, a good signal that all they need from you is a medical. They don't need to talk to you or meet you or do an interview. Yasser Ibrahim says, Hi, Marina. If Trump came to the office, becomes a president, do you think USCIS has independent source to work on cases, not shutting down or slow work on cases? Who knows, Yasser? I don't think that they will slow down. They usually do the work that the executive branch is telling them to do. Department of Homeland Security is part of that. Um, I wouldn't worry about it just now. Like I always tell people, unless something really serious happens, don't bother wasting time worrying about it ahead of time. This is how I treat all the problems in my life and in the US immigration system. First, we see what happens if he does get elected or not. Then we see what immigration changes he does want to do. Don't worry about it. Hani adds that she is 36 and her mom is 72. I understand the ages. We both need to file two separate asylum cases, and the age doesn't matter here because you're over 21. We do work with Indian clients, with people from Bangladesh, people from Nigeria, even Pakistan. We work with all the countries in the world. If you want to come here and legalize, we can definitely help you. Um, Kamal Deep Singh says, Hey Marina, I want to apply for VAWA. What documents do I Generally speaking, for VAWA, you need to prove the marriage existed and it was a real marriage. But for that, we do joint documents, tax returns, leases, deeds, bills, utility bills that have both names on them, insurances that have two names on them, pictures with descriptions, everything to prove the marriage. Number two, I personally, for our clients, will run a background check for the fingerprints to show you've not been arrested or it's minor if you have been. And finally, the abuse part. You ask your friends and family who've seen or heard something, you maybe complain to them to write witness letters. You talk to your maybe co-workers to ask for a witness letter. You go to a psychologist. Maybe you have texting with them, emails that show the abuse, anything like that, and we can win for specific details for you, for your situations. We ask you to schedule an appointment with us. You could do it in person, or 99% now we're doing online, virtually like this, through the camera, by Zoom, whatever it is that you're comfortable with, Skype, WhatsApp, we do that kind of consultation. June Riaz says, our asylum interview was in August and they still have not made a decision on my case. Sadly, this happens all the time. I would just wait a little bit. Ahmed Zaghu wants to know, Zaghu, please can you talk about an order of supervision for 12 years with work permit? It's just a status, it's not asylum. It's not like anything that's permanent. You can't leave US with this status, but you're here legally and nobody's going to bother you. I'm going to tell you right now, in my experience, these orders of supervision, they never lead to like a real deportation. Very rarely, unless you get arrested. Unless you get like arrested for a crime, then you could be in trouble. But usually you just go and you do what they ask you to do and nothing happens. Mary Wise has just got my bona fide determination For a U visa, after 5.5 long years, so it's not even approved yet. You just got the bona fide determination. Will they now approve me if I'm admissible through misrepresentation? They might. Your visa allows you to be approved even if you have a misrepresentation. Kamal Deep says, can you get a proof of VAWA with affidavit with family and friends if you're married just 2 months? Small chance, but yes, it's possible. It's possible. Give us a call. We can definitely help you, Kamal Deep. We specialize in these really hard cases. We can help. Don't know what this means. Alera says, I have my friend here watching with me, and she has lived here in US for 9 years, has a US citizen child. What can she do to get a green card? Do a consultation with us. We might look into some options. The first thing that pops to my mind, she's almost at 10 years. She might be eligible for something called cancellation of removal. When you go to immigration judge and you ask to keep you here with a green card, in the interest of your US citizen child. But you have to show that this child has some special needs, medical, psychological issues. Maybe they're in a special program in school, something like that. Very good option. Give us a call for a consultation. It's not something I can tell you on, social media. Um, uh, so Alaire wants to know if this is the best option for her. There might be also an asylum claim. Sometimes we find those. Schedule a consultation. The number's on the bottom of the screen. You could call us if you're in US and schedule a virtual or in-person consultation. Take a look says, I applied for an I-130 form that's pending, but my wife passed away. Oh God, I'm sorry. Your alarm set for 11:34 p.m. And just FYI, here's a pro tip. If you ever lose your phone, something just happened with our alarm system in the house. What do I have to do while I still have the J1 waiver? She's a citizen. I was planning to apply for an excessive hardship. Call us for a consultation. You can convert your I-130 to a widower petition, but you also will need the waiver. So give us a call for more in-depth discussion. M. Abdul says, hi, I'm confused to hear on I-130 on part 5, 3A and 3B. Is the application talking about whether the petition lived or where the petition got filed? Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Form I-130. It's not like I remember it by heart. I want to open it. All right. And you're saying in part 5, have you previously filed a petition for this beneficiary? If yes, so this is the question about if you filed for this person an I-130 before or anyone else, and then the address of that person where they are right now. Okay. Mary says, thank you, attorney. I just came across your channel. You're doing an awesome job helping humans with valuable information. Thank you so much. Subscribe, and I promise there will be more really good information here to come. Alera wants to know her ex-husband is your client. Can she also be your client? If their interests do not conflict, yes. Like if we are not conflicting, like we're not suing him for anything, yeah, why not? Last question from Instagram. Hani wants to know, she's a lesbian. How much time will her asylum case take? The same time as everyone else. Who knows? It could be a few years. Asylum takes a few years now. Prince Chide wants to know, can an undocumented immigrant get married to U.S. citizen without parole? Yes, but you should call us for a consultation and figure out what other steps you might need. Like you might need a waiver. You might need to do something else. We can talk about that. Give us a call. My number is in the profile. and I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys for watching so much. Thank you for all of your time on this channel. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber, become a follower. More videos to come. We're going to do a lot of really cool things this year, and you can be here and watch it. It's all for you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.